Yesterday, I got some work done on GameSketchLib, or that's the old name for it. I don't know if the name doesn't really roll off the tongue, but that's what I called it 12 years ago when I did it in processing. And I made this little demo where I can drag a node around, and it knows which one is the current node, and when they overlap, they turn yellow. I guess I didn't actually. In the old version, if any two were overlapping, they turned black or whatever. And so now it's only if you're overlapping the active one. But in any case, the point of this is that you establish how to do intersections on your rectangles. So how do you do geometry in whatever framework you're using, and how do you do drag and drop? How do you do mouse interactions, all that stuff. And then in the past, what I had one other demo, which I did not prepare over here, but it was called the bullet demo. So it was basically you have a bunch of boxes, and you're going to shoot them, and that establishes animation. So I guess I can. I guess I didn't think to. I closed that little box, so I'm not sure it's worth showing that, but I'm going to do it anyway because I don't know. So CD GameSketchLib. Well, maybe. Yeah. And then this was from many years ago. I did show this yesterday, so when it's okay. But I should just move on. Anyway, that's a visual paradigm problem. Come on. Processing is loading. Oh, because diagram is loading. That was the UML diagram. I actually looked at this yesterday. Anyway, I'm rambling. So let's back on and move this along here. Anyway, this is the point, and you shoot at it, and they get killed. These are the enemies, and you shoot them and kill them, and then when they're all gone, then you win the game, right? I guess technically that would be another aspect of it. Yeah, and then you have all these things together, and then you get the that allows you to build up to something. I don't know why it's thinking like that. But, anyway, that was, I wrote this many years ago, and processing did not draw these little white boxes around at the time. That's the story. Anyway, so I want to get this working. So I don't think there's really much to it other than in the scene we have when we make the start scene. I guess what we want to do. No, I guess I can get rid of this giant GameSketchLib thing. So let's add some bullets to it. So do I want to subclass this? I don't think there's a button to subclass. So, okay, let's just say GS bullet demo new. And then when we try to do that, it doesn't know what that is, so we create the class. Okay. And it is going to be in GameSketchLib. And not sure what tag is for. Demos. I guess it's just a. And then we're gonna put bullets in. Do we subclass GSApp? I think we do. All right. Then if we inspect this, now we get this over here, and now we're going to override make sketch scene. So just say S, we'll make a local variable S is going to equal, or guess is going to be super make sketch scene. And then we're going to return S, but before we do, we will actually don't like this either. I know this is like the small talk convention, but I just have so little screen space. So I'm going to say S add child. And what do I want to do? All right, how about this? 0 to, how about 1, 2, 3, do So we want to say bullets is going to be an ordered sketch, ordered collection. 2, 3 bullets add what, self make bullet. Yeah. We'll create that method and then we'll save this. And then we should put it somewhere. So let's self make bullet relocate and S pounds 0 at S width. No. It's more like 5 at like S height minus 5, I guess. Well, however the size of the bullet is, right? So we want it to be like I don't know what the size is. We'll just 10 for now. How about let's give it a name. E. E is equal to self make bullet B relocate, and we're going to put it at 5 and or actually 5 times I, and then S height minus E height. Seems to like that. I'm kind of not entirely sure that exists, but we'll see. And then bullets add B. And then after we've done all that, then we have our scene, and then we should be done. Probably should make some targets too, but you kind of want to indent that now. Does not understand height. How about S height? S height. Wait, why does it say E height? Self make bullet. Oh, because I haven't implemented make bullet, and so I didn't make a bullet. So C. So we're going to return BL element new and background gold. I don't have that defined. And that is just going to return color from hex string. And I did this yesterday, so I'm actually using that color in scene right here. This one, I want. In fact, I wanted to give it a name then. So we're going to call this GS color gold. GS colors gold, I think it's called. Yeah. And then well, save that. Close this. Save that. This. I'm going to stick with the small talk convention and just move these out. And now that I have room, I'll put this here. All right. So if I make that scene, and I would have expected to see some things down here, but I bet I didn't. What did I do wrong? I didn't give it a geometry. I didn't give it a size. New size should be like 5, 10. Or how about like 6 and 10? So about the size of a 3x5 card turned up that way. Shape of the aspect ratio of it. I should be able to play it right over here. I do it this way. Okay. Do it here, and then I can inspect it over here. I've been hitting this button to make it come off on the other side. Doing it here puts it on this side. Okay, so make bullet. Turn. Okay, so I say so it's not working, so I want to see why. So I'm going to print that. That is a BL element, and if I Control G to inspect it, that's what I expect to see. So it's just not being in the right place. So if I say it's height, I print, oh, it's 0. Interesting. Why is it 0 at 0? Because the background. That's what I expect. Do I need to give it a geometry for that to work? What is size doing? size is point to yourself. If I do that and then inspect it. Properties. Properties. Bounds. Okay, so maybe I want bounds extent. Bounds extent. Bounds height. Self make bullet size and then pass it bounds height. Why can't I get that? What am I missing here? What? Yeah, so something is clearly wrong here. DL rectangle? Okay. Instance of BL rectangle geometry did not understand release cache. Geometry. Oh, I gotta say new. All right. And here. Okay, but I want to say, what is its size? Why is it 0, 0? I'm telling you what its size is. This seems wrong. Bounds is what I think it should. Oh. Okay, that didn't. Self make bullet. I was doing this yesterday. What have I done wrong here? Bounds is rectangle. Okay. I don't even get that. All right. So geometry. Sorry, not geometry. Just self-bounds is rectangle. Point does not understand as rectangle. Not a All right, if I inspect that, I get, oh, first of all, is it the right shape? Yes. Bounds in space, visual bounds, position of parent, 6 of 10. So self-extent 10. And if I say over here, make bullet extent 0. Why? Over here, it's 0 is 0, and when I inspect it, still 0 is 0. Right, this is baffling to me. Maybe because it's not on a like it's not on a canvas yet. Maybe the fact like so right, because every time I evaluate this, b equals self equal, right? B extent. If I print it right now, it doesn't do anything. If I inspect this, now it's over here. Now if I print it, I bet it says something. No, it doesn't. Did it? Okay, hang on. Yes. So once I showed it on the screen, now it shows the extent. But before I do that, it doesn't. I'm just looking at the shortcut, user data. Measured bounds. Bounds cap. So it's like it's not fully formed until it's placed on the canvas. Now when I come back, now it's got a height. All right, so let's leave this one running. This view running. Constraints it has. So, okay, so it has constraints, but it doesn't. Doesn't get added. All right, so why don't we just add it to the canvas first? So let's add B. And then now we'll have a height. I find that strange. I think you ought to be able to inspect that and get that before you put it on the canvas, but whatever. But does it have a height? So we can say the height, or oh, self bullets, start as bullets, bullets at 1, print height. Not 0. Extends. I have to look at it. Oh, no problem. It's only 50 things. Oh, I see. Wait, what? Oh, this is the height of the toolbar over here. Here's the height of the toolbar. And then 642 by 411. Oh, maybe because I resized it. Right, it just adapts to the size of the parent. Right, so bounds. So the question now is like, do I have a height? Self scene height. Self height. Not understand it. Self scene height, it does understand. But I think the problem is it doesn't. So it doesn't. None of this has. We have the constraints, but we don't have the. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that makes me want to take the make my own rectangle class, or just use the rectangle class that we have there, that already exists, and just give each GS. I don't have a notion of a GS element or a GS object or anything. Give my thing a size or a rectangle, something shape. I guess that's okay. So I'm trying to think like when is that okay and when is it not okay? I guess presumably there'd be some method called like as element that would convert, a GS whatever into render it on the canvas, right? And it would be independent of whatever canvas I'm using here. So here I'm using block as a canvas. And let's say we have the X, Y, and the width and the height. And then we come along and we generate these elements, and then we position them with, say, Morphic or one of the layout engines. Morphic, Mondrian or one of the layout engines. And then now what do? Well, we have Mondrian is going to modify the elements, not the base object. And how do you keep them in sync? Is what I'm getting at. Well, it would be nice if so. There doesn't seem to be any documentation on block, right? There's just the code. Let me see if that's if there is a block. So small talk block docs. Nice little rhyme. Mm-hmm. Right. That's at the same level, then is that same level as G-Toolkit on top of the available widgets. Spec and G-Toolkit are up here. Go to the official website. That's interesting. I feel like there's documentation on the graphics. Like so Fink and the Faro Graphics team have kind of split, right? They have two versions that are not in sync with each other anymore. Yeah. Okay, I'll doc as docs. Well, I don't think there's enough documentation there to attach them. On added to see, so I could add a hook that what about this one? Does this have docs? It does. Tutorial bounds. That's tiny. Oh, so these should have examples here. So this should be here in the. This should be in the glamorous bounds. Where I'm looking for. Bound is a territorial limit. Blah 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 blah. Self-container. You know what? I do need to figure this out, but I just want to put something on the screen. Let's just change this a minute. Let's just put it up at the top. So why is it so? I made it too wide. What if I just click that button? Okay, so make bullet, background gold. Oh, and I also didn't add it to the scene. Okay, so it's not just bullets add, but also S add add all. Add all bullets. All right, so that's part of the problem. All right, so now if I refresh this, I add all. Add children. There we go. They're up there. But I don't know what the height of the scene is, so I'm just going to put them at just 5 times I. How about 7 times I, so there's some spacing, and then at 5, right? Now if we run this, oops, run it here. All right, so now I have 3 bullets. Okay. Okay, so what have we learned? We've learned that block does not provide. I'm just going to make a little note to myself here. Block does not provide any size information added to the scene, to a container, except for constraints. See the constraints. Okay. We'll move this up a little. All right. So I hit refresh here. I get these 3 blocks. Okay. So now what? S when BL click event do, and then we're going to tell it to do something. What is it? What are we going to tell it to do? First of all, we can say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 collect, right? To collect. No. 1, 2, 3. Do. There's got to be a way to say do collect. Do. Oh, you say 1, 2, 3 collect, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you say the same thing, but you have to. It would be like that. Okay, so now Then we don't have to say bullets add, and we just say self make bullet, relocate, boom, boom. Hello, somebody who just came in. B. We don't need B anymore. Move temporary. Okay. Evaluate. No, I have to click this one. And that seems to have worked. So I'm not using myself. I'm going to try it and see if, yeah, they moved. Okay. So that looks like it does the right thing. That was just refactoring. And then now when they are clicked, so now I want to say S. Oh, hello again. You got to tell me how to say your name. I don't know how to say that. Thinking it's Hooper-Nikites, like Socrates. That's why I asked if you were Greek. Bullets, or if the name is Greek. Yeah, so I'm making the bullet demo here. I'm trying to shoot. And what I learned is that until you add something to a scene, you don't know what the height is. Even if you give it a size, you don't know what its size is until it's actually added to the scene. You can't retrieve it. So I'm just going to have it move the first bullet to the click position. Bullets at 1, relocate to E position. I think if I do that, then E local position. Yeah. All right, and then now the whole point is to make it animated. So it needs to have some state. So now it needs to be like a bullet. So we're going to say make GS you believe it's pronounced Hypernikites. Hypernikites. Okay. You believe it. It's your name. Or it's a name you chose for yourself. Yes. Oh, I was going to call bullet. Bullet. So we'll make this class. And I guess it should subclass DL element. And it's going to have a state about whether or not it is active. I'm going to pull up my old UML diagram from 900 years ago. Because I think as soon as I made it active, it's in the source directory. I think I want to make this like just like a default part of like every GS object or whatever. GS object is going to be like a text, a sprite, a sketch. Okay. The idea was like these different things would have different. This might not make sense for this drawing library because everything's an element, but the basic idea is it has space and it has acceleration, so dx and dy, and so in Flixel, the game library I was mirroring back then, it had health, maybe, and that might make sense for like anything that you had like a countdown on, like anything where like like you have a wall that you want to beat up in a game or something. Probably doesn't make so much sense for a drawing. But I want everything to have exist, active, visible. I mean, it's kind of like a meta. It's kind of like stretching it a little bit, but like alive could say, well, I gotta think about that. So, but let's just say active. Active will be a thing called just basic. Use basic is a okay, that way. So we're gonna make a new thing called GS object. I don't know if we can do this here. Let's see. Nope. So instead, let's say GS object new, and create that. GS object. That could just be an object for now, and then it will have this thing called active. Not need to have a tag called demos. Oop. That again. We have to here to edit that. Yeah. All right. So GS object new GS bullet. So now GS bullet can be a subclass of. So GS object. And it's going to have some kind of. It doesn't need any new slots. It's going to have some kind of behavior when it's active. Okay. So new BL element. We don't need this. And then this can all go to the initialization for that thing. So GS bullet, a new tab for that. And we'll add an initialize. Goes under initialization. And self geometry. So, okay. Maybe GS object does need to be a BL element if I want it to work that way. I'm a little torn on whether I want that or not. Like on the one hand, I don't know if I want it tightly coupled with block or not. if I do, then I could do lots of nice layout things, like just pass them directly to Mondrian and have it, or any of the layout engines, have them lay out all my stuff for me. So we'll see. Otherwise, I have to like have it lay out. Have each of my things spawn an element and then lay out the elements and then see where they wound up. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. So we'll just tightly couple it for now. Geometry was sent to nil. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't call super initially. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't. I need to get rid of. I need to move the code for the coloring to another own little class. I'm making a mess here. How about I just say make empty scene? And then we'll add that to but I want to add it to a different class. Oh, super. Yeah, okay, that works. Um, in fact, let's break this into two pieces. So GSL. So now I kind of want to factor out like a superclass called just GS scene. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it manually. I don't know how to. I'm looking for like a magic thing that'll do it for me. Like if I say I can extract a extract a method, but I can't. All right. So I guess there's just no button to do that. So I want this to be the superclass of, and I have to create the class first. I have to, a superclass will be GSE. Create class GSE. I guess that's a GS object. And then this is going to subclass that. What's odd? So this is not like a fully like, you know, they've been working on this for a long time, but they rebuilt the UI from like the ground up, and so there's some things that just don't exist yet that you might expect to find in a normal Smalltalk system. Some things that do exist that you would not find, like these little things where you can just inline change things. So I will take the trade-off any day, I think, most of the time. All right, so that now if I say empty scene, I'll just say GS scene new. And then this is going to subclass that, and then it's going to say super initialize. And so then I'm going to move all this up to the it's confused. Oh no, it's not confused because I don't have a I don't have initialize over here. They didn't port the hierarchy. This is running on top of Pharaoh. So this is a full implementation of Pharaoh. They've just replaced the entire user or not even replaced it. They've added a new user interface, and then it just opens this window instead of the Pharaoh window. So if you click on Morphic World, you have like, oh, this is actually here from yesterday. You have the full Pharaoh system. Yeah, but because they're rebuilding the UI from the ground up, then yeah, I guess they have to port all the UI components, and they haven't done it yet. And there's some places where it's like these things don't always size right, and there's some glitches. Like for a while I couldn't add a directory, but it's a work in progress. For initialize. And then what I was going to do is I was going to copy all that stuff from down here. So make it snap to the parent and use the default background. Self. That, and then up here, the refactoring tool shouldn't. The refactoring tool to make it, to introduce a subclass or introduce a parent class is there. You can, if I knew the code to do it, I could make that happen. But I don't have a menu to do it. That's the problem. If I just wrote the code to do that refactoring, it would work. But I don't know what that code is. So yeah, the refactoring tools don't require the UI, but the UI has to expose them somehow. If you want it, to work that way. All right. Anyway, GSC new, GSC sketch scene new. All right, happy with that. Actually, these should probably be called like scenes or something. Scenery. So now we have an empty scene. And I think now if I save this, then if I did it that right, everything should work, except it shouldn't do this. I have to hit this button. Okay, so now it's just moving the little bullet. Okay, and then I have a bullet new, and then I guess I want to give it like a fire event. And then fire, right? And then I think if I do this, it'll complain that it doesn't know what fire is. And then I'm trying to learn how to use these a little more, so I should be able to add this method somehow. I click add, fire, well, that's cool. So self active, or just active equals true. That's not how you do that. Active is true. Okay, so now I need like some on step event. So I need like timers and animation. So first, I think in GS object in the initialize here, it should say initialize active I don't know what the default should be. For this bullet, it should be false. So and then in GS bullet, it's true. What did I call it over here? I think I called it step or something. Render and update. I'm not doing rendering here. So either update or step or on step. We'll see. I have no idea how to do animation here, so that's the new thing. We have to say animation. Is there anything in here? We have a BL sequential animation. Proposal is for a different thing. Okay, BL composite animation. Oh, block animation. How about that? Name pages animations. Except is that mine? I think that's my page. Yeah, that's me writing that. The memory game example does have an animation there, but let's oh, do step. Okay, let's look at this. BL animation, base animation, task. Value for step, compute delta progress. Comment? No comment. Value compute delta. Oh, I wanted to look at books, square bracket associates. These are like the official. Oh, it's books.pharaoh.org. I wanted to see if they had something with block on here. XPath. Nope. This is about Rosal. It's out of date. Hmm. You did have something about blocking. I think there actually is some animation. Animation. Future version of this document will explain how to add animations. Okay, well that's not helpful for me. Okay, so we'll just look at the code. I'm looking for something that says task, because this is subclassing a task. Wait, where did it go? Superclass is BL base animation. BL base animation is superclass task. Add beacon logging task, initialize. Comment here. Oh. BL task identities submitted to BL elements for execution during a pulse. Tasks may only be submitted to a queue once. So a task is not something that gets broken up into animations. It is. No, it is. So an animation is a kind of task. Task state was introduced after duplicate tasks were being found. Oh, heads in the way. Just move myself up here. The task state was introduced after duplicate tasks were being found during the execution of delayed tasks. Okay, this is. New. It's awaiting execution. No comment here, no comment. I am an abstract class for all block animations. My subclasses for further documentation and examples. Okay. BL animation. I'm looking for like an actual example to show up. Positive animation, okay. Like I get these concepts, like these are like how you would combine animations to do things at the same time, but I'm guessing that they yeah, so value for step is a delta, to from start. So BL base animation probably one of these probably adds. Okay, so loop delay time, start time, progress is running. Oh, wait. Okay. Animation examples. That's what we want to see. We just run these. Oh, I see. So, okay. So I probably want to go to this. I want to go to the package here. Scale animation examples. Run these. And then it gives you like a table with all the information that says like what they returned. Examples. This is what I'm looking. All right. So if I click on this, that's not what I expect. I expected to see something, but okay. So an animation is not necessarily visible. It's like a description of the animation, not like the actual. Like it doesn't have to be attached to a scene, apparently. So okay, so let's go to this one. Base anim. We should go to the examples map and look at the one of the ones on the left. Oh, let's start up here. Yeah, you would hope to see something where you can watch the animation, right? But these are just like platonic. They're just like detached, out floating in the universe here. It's saying something. So transform, translate by, and then apply. Animation absolute. Well, so what do you do with an animation? You have to. Here's the example. Does anything not return an animation? Reveal element. Okay. Bouncing text. Here we go. This is what I want to see. So if we see the results, there we go. Okay, playing infinite animation. No, that's not. This one. Okay. This is a text container. This is a frame container. So this is the only one that actually has an animation that attaches bouncing text. Okay, so we learned what we need to learn from here. All right, so we have a bunch of letters as an array. Letters with index. Oh, now I'm in the wrong place again, aren't I? Head's down in the wrong place. let's do this. Oh, I don't want that one. I'll browse this class. Nope, it's gonna do that again. I wanna open this in a new. I can just read it over here. That's right. No, I can't. Okay. Container add animation. Animation. Okay. With. So animation with. So the width is what, like. No, so no, this is parallel animation with, and a list of animations. Okay, which is this. Target. Okay, target is what I want. So you create an animation. So with it, okay, you create an animation. So this is actually way more advanced than I want. Like, I don't want a scripted animation. I want to do whatever I want to do on each frame. So now that makes me think I want a task, not a. Because I don't want to like tell it what to do. I don't know what I want it to do. I mean, I guess I want to like. Well, let's see what it says. Like, I don't know what the delay is in the. So we go back to animation. What's on an animation? Animation has duration and easing. That's what you want. You want to go from 0 to 1, and then over some amount of time, and then you want to scale that, or not scale it. You want to filter it with some easing function. That's basic animation. On a computer. Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, don't need that. Okay. Animation examples. Block example. Let's look under block examples and see if there's a little. What else we have under? No, we don't want to. Simple example. Oh, yeah. Okay, so tasks. That's what we. Add element with task to space. Task queue tasks first. Task is run and queue is empty now. Insert task action equals done. An element task queue task is empty. Element in queue task. What am I looking at here? I'm just kind of reading on it. All right, so add element with task to space. That's an example. And we create an element, we add task to the element without space. Okay, and then we're going to add it to a space. Okay, so that's the more fundamental. We should look at the map, right? We start here, full space with task. A space is I'm confused now. I thought that the whole point of this was that whichever one you click on is the no. Okay, so this is like the dependency map. This is, arrows are backwards from what I would have expected. Oh, okay. That would explain why I didn't. That's why. So this is like the one that we should have looked at. Base animation, and then like one of these is sequential animation. Okay, so one of these is where's the one of these should be the jiggling text, right? Jiggle animation, text contain, frame contain. What? So here, the examples map, the one that call the wait. I guess that's right. Okay. I guess that's the same. Okay. So the leaf node is over here, and then yeah, right. So I was confused again by the exact same thing. This is because I the arrow is pointing at this. I would expect that to say what the arrow means is that this uses this. This uses this. So this is the top level thing. This is the leaf node. This is the root. This is the leaf node. And the arrows are pointing down to the children. I think I would have drawn the arrows the other way, but that's just me. That's just how I think of it. That's how I think of dependencies, I guess. All right, so this one is saying add a task to the element without a space. An action, a task action done. Okay. A task, deal task action. Wait. What's an action? What's the difference? So a task is an action is a type of task that all it does is it adds these two. Adds this thing called action to it. Okay. Getter takes a block. Okay. Print on. Okay, so it's the thing that, and run. Okay, so run is self action is closure if true. Self action call self. True. I don't know what call means in this context. I'm going to say closure. A block closure will do what? Execute the receiver with 1 or 0 arguments depending on the receiver. Oh, I see. So if so it's like value, but depending on whether or not you want the value or not. It's not. It's like no, like in a lot of languages, you can say a parameter is optional. Here you're saying I'm going to pass in a block and the parameter is optional. Okay. So the caller decides whether it's optional rather than the okay, that's cool. Okay. I'm curious. This is not exactly what I'm looking for, but or not entirely what I'm looking for, but like I'm like a closure is an object, right? I think anything that responds to value can be an object, can be can act as if it's a closure. Okay, so you just anything that responds to value could be passed in here, and if it responds to value and calls, then it. Oh yes, okay, interesting. Okay, so that's cool. They're called blocks in Smalltalk. Block closure. Is there a difference between a block and a block closure, or that's just what it's called here? Block closure. That's like reading other language stuff. Block. Block. Interesting. Okay, well, it's called block closure. And okay, cool. It's a block. Thank you. Okay, so back to whatever it is I was doing here. Still just looking at the docs here, trying to figure out what the heck is an action. Right, so a task is an action that has a closure attached to it. No, an action. Wait. So of all the kinds of potential BL tasks, one of them is a BL task. I want to see the class hierarchy. Animations. Right. Scroll flinger. Scroll flinger. Task action. Repeated task. Oh, repeated task. And repeated task action. I kind of feel like that's what I'm looking for. I suppose one comes with the collar stack. Task versus action, you mean? Action value. If it's a closure, do this. Otherwise, just take the value of whatever action is, some other thing. Oh, it's a, I see, so it's a, if, wait, what? Is block is closure. Sorry, not this. It's always a closure. Is block true? Is there a subclass full block closure? Keeper. Clean block closure. There's no back button. Closure. Okay, so is closure. I want to browse the implementers of this and see if anyone. Okay, so only a block. Okay, so how do I just do that? I want to browse the implementers. Browse implementers. Is a block device. That's not right. GT Pharaoh block node. That's for the parser. So okay, these are just like tests that are always, other than these like descriptions of blocks. This is the only one where it's true, and this is where it's false. So these are just synonyms. Okay, so there's no difference between a block and a closure, but back here, where did it go? A task has an action, and an action, it says a block, but it could be anything that just says value. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And this overrides only these things. So it adds action and then on run. But on run is not. Oh, it is. I think you should just continue to show this button even when it's open. Otherwise, you can't tell that it overrides something. On run, override me to implement a custom action. Okay, so BL repeated task is just like generic stuff. And then repeated task action and task action are just add the action to it and do this on run thing. Oh, let's see what BL task action without the repeated on it. What's the difference? What does its on run look like? Can I see this? On run? So here, the difference is you have run versus on run. Because here you, well, and then you have this waker parameter. Where'd it go? I'm losing my place there. A waker, but the waker does not get passed anywhere. So you don't do anything with the waker. You don't store any data on the waker. You don't do anything with it. It just wakes you up. Okay. Okay, so I think just a repeated task is all we need. We just need to say, like we need a method that returns a do we even need a method, or do we just say like on step or something? Let's just try and make it. So let's say S. Oh, I gotta look at the examples again. So I need I don't need an animation. I don't need a block closure. I don't need. I mean, I do, but I want a BL repeated task. Yeah, that's what I think too. It just. I was curious what the difference is between on run versus run, and it's just that one happens once and one happens every tick. So I need to make a repeated task. I want an example of this. So an example of look at the simplest case. We say the task is new, so we'll say BL repeated task action. Wait, what? Why is it doing this? A task has an action, and the action is this. Oh, I see. So the first thing we're going to do is set the action to be this, And then the second one we're going to do is that when this fires, we're going to set the action to be nothing. Okay. So, or set it to this symbol done. And so that's why we say what the value is. So what is done value? Probably just done, right? How about done value? It's just done. It's just itself. Foo value. What? Foo. And if I look at this, it just returns self? Yeah. Okay. So that's why it has that test for whether it's a closure or not. Okay. Yes, it's a method to invoke a block, but it's also the method that just returns self. So what I was looking at is here, we say, you see, it says it's a block, but it's not, it can be any, but we didn't pass in a block there. We passed in. Oh, that's saying to pass in, call the method done, right? Call a method called done. Is it? No. That's either a magic value or it's. Do I need to know this? I don't need to understand this right now. I just want to make something work. Once I have something working, I can look at it in the debugger and see if that's what I want. Okay, so I think we just say BL repeated task. So let's say when we have a click event, we're going to put that there. I'm going to fire. Oh. Let's make it a temporary variable for a second here. So we have B and T. So B is going to be the bullet at position 1. We're going to tell it to relocate and then fire. And I'll save that for a second. And then so the element is going to be B. That the task is going to be a BL repeated task action new. Okay. I don't need this anymore. T is BL repeated task action new. Yes. And then we're going to give it an action. New action. And then it looks like it runs an action that will run once, in which it resets the action to done, so that the block isn't invoked again. Yes, I agree. That makes sense. This is setting that itself. The task is setting its own action to done the first time it runs. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And this is without a space, and then okay. So now we use this example here. So add it to the element, add it to the space. task queue is empty, task size equals 1. It was not executed yet. It's still queued and the action is not equal to done. And then we run it, add element to task, add element with task to space, and then pulse space. So now then we send the message. Okay, yeah, now we're telling the story here. Self add element to space with task, that's what we just did. Get the task, and then so keep a reference to the task, pulse the space, and then now the task list should be empty, and then the action is done. Okay. So I think what we just, and then repeat a task, what do we do? Call self, and the self is the action itself. I don't think we need I don't think we need access to the action unless we're like subclassing the action. So we would say b relocate b local position plus 0 at -1. Maybe. Can I not say -1? Okay, yeah, you can't. And then I think that's it. At least that creates the action, but now we have to say what the target of the action is, right? I think. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, so way back over here. N element, NQ task, the task. That's how we bind it to the element. So that's what we're going to do. So B NQ task so there's no arrows. So that tells me that's not. There's NQ task. I got distracted because when I started doing that, we have like NQ command, NQ action, NQ task, and then it said NQ task action, and that made me think that maybe it's well, it should be T, right? Let's just see. Receiver of horizontal is nil. Okay, what happened here? Fire. Horizontal initialize super initialize the horizontal to element initialize. This was working a second ago. B constraints to horizontal. This was just working. So I probably broke it here. Real quick event do this. So let's just comment this out for a second and save it. Run this again. Horizontal was sent to nil. What is, okay, so C is nil. Bounds is nil. Everything is nil. What have I done? Select my children bullets. When clicked, do this. Relocate. I'm thinking I had like some kind of half-finished thing that I didn't save or something. Run this again, see where that exactly happens. So make sketch scene, makes the empty scene. Make an empty scene, turns a new scene. New scene says basic new initialize. At the very top, that's kernel. GameSketchLib. Super initialize. Self constraints do. Block must not be nil. Block must expect exactly one argument named C. Okay, it does. And then C is nil. I don't get what happened. Like this was working. So I did something to break it, but I don't know what I did. I don't see why. I don't see anything wrong with it. Had it not worked the first time, then I might say, okay, well, it didn't want me to do that, but it did work the first time. Come on. Right, I would have been surprised if that fixed it. I already said self me. It doesn't matter at all. Wait, what? The constraints are nil. Sketch scene makes an empty scene. Scene. So I should have this issue if I just call GS scene new. So if I just say GS scene new, I should have that same issue. I do. Okay, so that simplifies it a little bit. But shouldn't I be able to, like, this worked before. GS GL element new constraints do C, and then C nil. Or I think you can say is not nil. If I do that, it works fine. Horizontal was sent to nil. Okay. Is constraints initialized note that you extracted the superclass? Now, oh, the superclass thing. That could be it. Oh, wait, bullet demo extends GS app, but the my GS scene here. GS object probably doesn't call it. That's it. Thank you. So wait, why didn't I didn't see it in the debugger because it called it. It called it, it worked fine, it said active to false, and then it went here. Okay, so that you're right. So I think I bet if I go here, so like one of the things I dislike that I miss from Stockfair, I think if I go here, I say and I browse on GS object, where would be GameSketchLib? Yeah, it says that there's like errors in here. Well, it complains because I don't have comments on it. It tries to get you to make comments for one thing, but I think, what was that? That was GS object initialize. Huh. I guess it's not really an error to, to not follow the superclass's initialization. But you normally would do that, I would think. I guess I was expecting to see on the class. I was expecting to see not class. It is on the instance side. I guess I was expecting to see some kind of error here. Anyway, I was thinking it would have caught that bug for me, but I guess it doesn't. It doesn't. Get mad if you don't call super. All right. So anyway, super initialize, but it does tell you to write a comment for your classes. So this is base class for GameSketchLib objects. Item objects. Provides an active flag that controls whether or not the thing, the object steps. Oh, so right. We haven't gotten that far yet, so that's actually a to-do item. All right, so thank you for helping me fix that, or basically telling me what the bug was. Thank you for diagnosing the problem. So now if I do this, refresh it, I've lost my bullets. So why? Also lost my ability to hit this button. What's going on here? Why's that button grayed out? Open it again. Which is in here somewhere. I can just open any of them. Whoa. Okay. Now. Is it because this debugger is out? No. What happened? Make a new thing? Now it works. Now I have a button there. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm very confused by that. But that seems to be a bug in Glamorous or something. And the fix was to just hit this button here to make a new top level tab for it. Okay. So it no longer moves the cursor. So let's see what happened there. So make. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can watch the video and see what I did wrong, or what I did to trigger it. Probably won't. But next time I trigger it, I will. Okay, so This one I hit refresh now that I've changed the code. All right, now it does not understand local position. That's fine. So let's save that and then continue. I think because it's a closure, maybe it didn't. Oh, that is moving very, very slowly. So let's try making it 10 times faster. And oops, here. All right, so that's going at a very low. The pulse rate is too slow. Okay. So we want to look at what the animations did because the animations are running very, very quickly. Yeah, what's the interval for repeating the task? Well, maybe there's a setting for that task. Play. Let's figure that out. So we would say bullets at 1 print, yeah, and it's there. Oh, well, we haven't. There's no way to get to the task. Tasks. Does not understand tasks. Let's just Control G to inspect this thing. Overview. Set a breakpoint in the action and then inspect task. Okay. Oh, we actually can take that parameter too. So say task and then self pulse. And then I guess I click on that to key is nil, task is nil. Delay is 0.5. What is it? Days, hours on task? Yeah, yeah. So I got task here. This is the delay. Hours, minutes, seconds. That's saying that I'm not sure how long that is. I guess that's a lot of nanoseconds, right? But what does this mean then? Oh, hang on. Here's a date time. So it says half. Yeah, I think it's half a second. That seems. It feels like about half a second. But it says so. It's hour. It says two. I'm confused because it has too many colons in it. 22503. This has too many colons. What is this? This is the hour, the minute, the seconds, and then there's a decimal point, and then another thing. I don't know what this minus sign is. Maybe this is my time zone? That's what we see. Uh, is days, hours, minutes, and yeah, days. That was my guess as well. My first guess was the day. We'll just say. So, but what do we say the duration should be? I'm going to look at the animations and see what the um, examples for. Wait, whoa! Say that, what does that say? Does not work. Okay. Set duration to 0. That is a very sensible thing to try. You are giving me lots of good ideas today. All right, so task duration delay 0. Like that. Oh, that was it. Thank you. I'm. Oh, I see. So we just pass in a delay, and the delay is in. A duration. But it's not like I was expecting it to be some kind of object, right? Is that before you set action? Why does that make a difference? Oh, I see. Just because it's cleaner. Oh yeah, because otherwise I see what you're saying. Yeah. Delay 0, and then let's do it like this. it's cheaper to say T delay 0 action task. And I actually don't need a parameter there because A, I could close over it, and B, I don't need it. So 0 action. I don't need it. I don't need a. I could just do this as well. New. I don't need to make a separate statement for that. 0. I don't think. Okay. That's about right. 87. Maybe a little tiny bit faster. Okay. And I want to take the last one. So in the old one, it like when you would shoot, it would take your bullets away. Make those bullets a little bigger. So bullets. Looks cool. Thank you. So do 9 by 15. Keep that same. Can I say 3 times 3 by 5 because I want it to be like this aspect ratio? Yeah, I bet I can by like 4 or something, right? Bet I can say that. And then oh, that's too big though. And then maybe make it. You don't. They don't. What I learned, you can't like calculate based on the width here. Until it's laid out by the container. So you just have to know that it's. So it would be 17 here, or like 20 or something. No, it would. That would. 3 times it would be 15. Or I could use a layout to lay that out. Probably what I should do. I wonder if I can do that. This is just an aside. BL layout. BL horizontal layout. Yeah, BL layout horizontal. New with bullets, maybe. So S add children bullets, and then BL horizontal new with no. All right, I'm just gonna. I know this is a tangent, but that's why I call my. Yeah. Yeah, let's explain. That sounds like a good place to start. An object responsible for measuring, laying out element and its direct children. Rendering tree. Okay, well that explains what they are. It doesn't explain really what to do with them. Incisors. How about I look for examples of this? Class references. No. Oh, actually, that's not what I want. I want BL layout horizontal. Oh, BL layout new horizontal. Oh, come on. I want to. Let's take this and inspect it. Layout meta. Yeah, okay, so that's the default. So we just say layout in it seems like no, I've done this before. I know I've done this before, and it was a lot simpler than this. I did it in truth table. Oh, I just added a horizontal pane. Okay, let's do that. Let me copy that. Horizontal pane, new, add children, and then fit content. They can't be added to so add, so this should be like add child, and then something like that. Because you can't add them to two different things. You only have one parent, and that works. But now I need to give it like some spacing or something. So Control G, cell spacing. Okay. Whatever, something like that. And refresh it. There we go. Okay, so then we say relocate we'll say 0, we'll say 0 at 5, and then we'll make this 5. I think. It did put a space on the start there. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. But then oh, so we need to call this the what do you call it when you like the clip, right? The ammo clip. We actually need this thing. This is a thing that we have to repopulate at certain points, because the idea is you're going to shoot, and then your ammo depletes, and then you get more ammo at the end. Like that's how it did over here. I think I did it that way. Right down here. You can shoot 3, and then they come back. When the last one hits, when they hit the top, I guess. So you can only ever have 3 bullets, and you can't shoot until they there can only be 3 in flight at any time. Is the idea. Okay, not that that's important, but it's like it's a challenge to add to it's a constraint to add to give me something to work on. So it forces me to now. I mean, I didn't have that in the past, but now I have this clip thing that I have to maintain. So, okay, so I don't actually need to relocate these things at all. That is now redundant, I believe. My intent is that it's redundant. So refresh. Yeah, and then so B now needs to change its parent. So when we click, get the bullet, instead of bullets, we'll say clip children last, or have ammo children last. Right? Okay, so first of all, let's just make this add. We want to keep this, I think. So add slot. So ammo is equal to horizontal pane. We'll call it, yeah. I like the name clip, ammo clip. How about ammo clip? Let's call it ammo clip. So ammo clip is equal to, or ammo clip becomes, or whatever you say, gets cell spacing. All right, so it's this. Gives me the horizontal pane. Okay, so there we go. What is the purpose of the collection for making bullets? I'm not sure I understand the question. I guess it's just a game mechanic. If you're talking about like why have this thing, why collect it all? I'm not sure. I don't know a better thing to do. Add child. So S add child ammo clip. Ammo clip add children bullets. All right, so now ammo clip children last. I don't know if I answered your question or not. first of all, I'm just gonna like make it be background color red, just to convince myself that I'm still running the right code. Yeah, okay. But it's not moving now because it's inside this ammo clip. It's in the clip. So what can I do with the ammo clip? Ammo clip. I guess really, this is gonna go all the way up to like element, right? Like the thing that removes a child. Probably is called remove child. Almost certainly called remove child. Detached child. Should be followed either by attached child or remove detached child. Attachment should only be temporary, and reassignment should happen within the same drawing cycle. Remove child is permanent. I don't clean focus. Okay. So remove child probably is remove child is all right. So then that invalidates the thing. Otherwise, attached child does not invalidate the thing yet. Does not invalidate the parent. Okay. So I just want to say, but does remove child return the? No. Okay. So there's no like pop. So okay. So ammo clip. So then last. Ammo clip. This needs to be remove child B. And then S add child B, and then attach the thing to it. And now when it goes back to the clip, I'm gonna have to remove this task somehow. I think I should be able to fire all three now. Yeah, but they can't come back. Yeah. Oh, and when I click now, I get errors that say subscript out of bounds. Yeah, right. Okay, so then I need like a if no, not if. If I say ammo clip children is empty, right? Ammo clip is children is empty. Okay. Ammo clip children is empty. Is not empty. If not, if there's probably some if not empty, then do all this stuff. Cursor not found in set. Okay, that's a bug. All right, so now I expect this to shoot 3 times and then not give me errors, but still not give me the things back. All right, and then in here, B position Y less than 0 if true. Is there like an if negative? No. If true, then like return it to the holster, right? So return it to the, well, for now, let's just say, well, we'll just add it back. Ammo clip, add child, and we say S remove child B, and then T action is done. Hopefully that is the convention that everybody uses. Oh, missing operator for closer. One extra. That's it. What's happening there? Task must not exist. Okay, so something's going wrong here. If 0 is greater than y, then we finish the task. What is happening? I feel like I'm not able to shoot fast enough. Like use them all up. Maybe because I'm shooting too high, right? Ooh, assertion failure. Assertion failed. See what the assertion failure is. Move child. So somehow when I'm clicking. If the ammo clip is not empty, hit the last child, remove it, add it to S. Where is it failing? It's failing on one of the remove child. This one. Hmm. Why is that happening? We've got one goes to the top. That's fine. I get, okay. I got two assertion failures. First is the one that I just saw a minute ago about the removing the child or removing a child that doesn't exist. And before that, the first one I got was this one. Task must not exist. Am I? This is a temporary variable. But where am I using it? Where is it coming from? I'm looking for where my code is. Package. That's weird. Maybe I need to. I see. Well, maybe. I think what's happening is that this doesn't take effect until the next frame, and then the click is being handled before that. So we've got like a race condition here. So I have to do this first. Maybe. I'm not sure that fixes it. Well, we'll see. I guess it fixed it. Oh, no. Task must not exist. Okay. So where it says in queue task, see if there's another method similar to that. Task must not exist. Deal element in queue task. Okay. So not just that, but let's just instead of saying done, let's say T, say B, B Q Q U E U E task. Okay. Oh yeah. I see, because it's merging with the next thing. I thought I was misspelling it. I think that fixes that in all cases. And then oops, does not fix that. I got a bunch of error messages. Go to the first one. Insertion failed. Okay. I'm gonna give this a local variable named t just to see if this, and I'm gonna get rid of t from this scope. I'm a little confused by the closure rules. I'll make it anonymous. Shadows t. We'll get rid of t then. T is up here. I got assertion failures. 4 of them. Assertion failed. And I can't scroll it. Let's try again. Ooh, as soon as it hit the top. Okay, so as soon as it hit the top, it's saying move child. Is there something I need to call to make it stop? I'll stop. There we go. Now I can click like crazy and everything is working. Except I don't think I want to click. I think because if I'm moving my mouse and doing it, it doesn't shoot nearly as fast. I think I want like a BL mouse down event. Rather than a click event. It still feels really slow. I clicked like 5 times there. I'm clicking 5 times every one of these. Mm-hmm. Okay, on the mouse down event, this is still in here. Relocate and fire. Fire is just making it active equals true, right? Okay. Let's B and then B relocate position, fire, and then enqueue the following task. A mouse up event. That seems much snappier to me. The mouse down event. Now that seems snappy. But part of it is the if I click too fast, I click on the bullet, and so I think it's absorbing the preventing. It's not like if I click up here. Oh, it is. That doesn't matter. Clicking on the bullet doesn't matter. All right. Well, it's fast now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hallucinating that there was a change. All right. And if I make this like 5 bullets, let's see if I can shoot all 5. Wait. Hang on. That's interesting. What? Didn't want that. Size. Control key 5. Why does it only show 3? Camel clip is a horizontal pane. It's at that position. Make 5 bullets. Add children bullets. That's crazy. If I move this, it should move over, right? It gets being created, recreated each time. Oh, I need to tell it to fit the contents. Fit content. There we go. Otherwise, it just takes its default size. So I just lucked out at first because 3 was the right size, or 3 was a sufficient size. Okay. All right. All right, that's enough for me. It's way late here. So let me put this back where it was. And the next part would be to collide with some targets, but I do already have like collision detection working from the other demo. I probably should call that the overlap demo. Maybe I should make like a to-do list. Put it up here. Oh, we'll put it down. Put it right here. To do. And then we can move these over. So we have a little outline. And we'll say, what am I going to do? 3-factor. So extract overlap demo, GS overlap demo, and make a demos sub package. Is that what a tag is? I made a tag. I open it over here, animation. This is a tag. So this is a package and then a tag. Okay. I didn't know that. And if I go to GameSketchLib, I think now I have something under here. Demos. Here's bullet extensions. Bullet demo. Yeah. All right. So I should make my task for myself is to make a demos tag. I do have a demos tag, so that's it. So extract GS overlap demo, and probably write some docs about how, write pages about how bullet demo and overlap demo work. GS overlap demo. And I think if I say GT class in here, then I can link to that class. And then this one doesn't exist, so GT class GT overlap demo. And then that gives me a red one. Okay. And then just refactor everything. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow, is play around with the factoring browser in Pharo in the Morphic world. Because this is getting ugly. Okay, yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done for now. Actually, don't think that's like 2 seconds of work. I'm just going to do that before I check everything in. So all I have to do is say GS. Well, actually, let's click on this, see if I can do anything with that. Copy that. GS overlap demo new. And we'll create that. Yeah. It's in GameSketchLib, and current task is demos. Save it. I think it does need a slot called. If I run this, now I get the other one as element. So, oh right, because it's not. This is a GS app. GS app, and it. How good is that? Have that way over there. So now if I click that, yeah, now. Class hierarchy, GS app has the stuff that needs to become this other thing. So make start scene, make sketch scene new. Oh. Oh, so it's not like a second worth of work. I do want to have like a generic sketch scene and an empty scene as like the first thing you see in start scene, as like helpers in GS app. So this in GS app should be empty scene, make empty scene. And then in that other class that I made, the demo, the overlap demo, then make start scene, should return make sketch scene. So make sketch scene. And then this I think should have a current, and it should have make node. Maybe I want a GS overlap demo scene. All right, well, I'll worry about that later. This does do what I want, right? It's in a weird place. Code is in a weird place. But at the top level, it does make sense. Okay. So if I run this, then I got this other one that I did before. So change to random colors, and then you can drag one, and they all turn. Okay. Then it would be nice to have like tabs. So maybe we'll put some like all of so especially so other things to refactor and clean up. GS overlap demo. I can copy that now, right? Like this should yeah. Now I should be able to copy this. So I did extract the class in this in GS overlap demo. Maybe extract GS overlap sketch, GS overlap scene, sketch scene or scene or something like that. Not all sketches. Sketches are things where where you click and you get like these little things, and then you should be able to like, the default should be you'd be able to edit text on it, and then you would like, put boxes and arrows and stuff. And then there should be like a selector, and it's like a drawing tool. So that's the idea. So not all sketches. So most sketches would not do this. Most sketches would not. Most sketches don't need the collision to stuff. Would not want the collision detection visualizations. Refactor and clean up everything, and then right. So all these like hours of me doing this is going to wind up being like a 10-minute demo video at the end. Where I present this like step by step. So if you're watching all this, you're getting the details, and in the future there'll be a video here that's like streamlines all this, and I can just present it as like these are the basics of block or whatever by doing these two demos, and then maybe even doing I guess the one thing I'm missing is well, two things. One is text, and one is the images, the pictures that are not drawn by hand, but pictures that are sprites or whatever. That would be interesting to do. Maybe I'll put that in here. So make sketches have text. Make sketch nodes have text, and then allow demo sprites in the game in a game scene. In the game scene, and then also have multiple scenes. Chain states. Use multiple states. Menu home screen, game screen. I think these are the basic ideas, basic things I need to do. And then maybe add demo tabs at the top. Add demo tabs, add tabs at top with all demos. Add demo explorer with tabs at top with all demos. Give each demo an inspect button, an inspect and refresh button. Oh, hello. 2 people, 4 people, 2 people just came in here. I don't know what that's all about. Hello, welcome. I'm about to wrap up here. I'll do a little quick demo at the end. So this is what I made before, and then this is I see. So you have to do it like that. And this is what I made today. What? Uh-oh. Because now I changed what the default scene was, and so I could just rename this to be make start scene, because it's not a sketch. But I didn't rename that, I just duplicated it. So I can delete this one. Yeah, so now if I refresh this, there we go. Bullets, I don't want that many bullets, I only want 3 bullets. Okay, so we refresh that. Boom. There we go, that's the demo. So I see 2 people are here, so you people came in just in time, and welcome, but I'm about to head out. So this is all up on, well, I'll check it into the GitHub here. So if I go to Git, I go to TS Pharaoh, and this is all the stuff I've changed, and I'm going to say add the bullet demo. Add the bullet demo. GS bullet demo. Yeah, everything I did tonight was in support of that. And push that to GitHub, where it lives at tangentstorm/ts-pharaoh. So thank you for watching. It is midnight here, so I am going to bed. So talk to you again soon.